Hello everyone, Brad Johnson here, and I have a very exciting video that I'm happy to share here today. This video is all about an exercise that I have created that is known as Golden Ball, Golden Aura Clearing. So with the Golden Ball, Golden Aura Clearing, this is actually an exercise that I have developed for the upcoming channeling development course that is currently being produced and is going to be rolling out here around the time of the early fall. But this is just a snippet or a modification of an exercise that is going to be included in the course. Now, the idea of the golden ball and the golden aura, where I'll have a snapshot here and you can take a closer look at the diagram. Basically what we see here is we see a golden aura, and just at the upper right corner we see a golden ball. We also see 12 divisional points, starting 1 foot above the crown chakra and 1 foot below the feet chakra. This is encasing the person into a golden ethereal egg. These particular 12 points, where there are the X3, 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 a total of 12 times, this entails about moving the ball through a certain portion of the golden energy field. Now basically the golden ball is created as a chi sphere. And the golden ball is about the same size as a basketball. But we will notice that as we do the exercise, that there are some wider parts and there are some thinner parts. And it's imagining that the ball can fit and grow into these particular portions appropriately. The purpose of this exercise is that it's helping to firstly clear your mind. It's also helping to clear the chakra centers. It's also helping to clear the meridians. It's also helping to improve your state of focus. As a channel, as a psychic, prior to going into doing a reading, we want to make sure we keep ourselves centered. We want to keep ourselves as a crystalline vessel. And so this exercise assists with that. So we're going to go ahead and demonstrate this exercise right now. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we have plenty of space. It's important to know that you can also do this standing up or sitting in a chair. But for this video, it's going to be a standing exercise. Okay? Now there's two different ways you can stand. One can just be a neutral stance where your knees are slightly bent. Second is, if you want to, you can do a horse stance. Okay? So that's up to you. There's several different types of horse stances. You can choose one that you feel is completely comfortable. But again, a horse stance is optional. This again just helps you with the center of balance. This also helps you with grounding energies, and it also allows more of an equilibrium of flow of your chi in your body. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be just doing a simple bending of the knee to provide this example. So the first thing we want to do is we want to clear ourselves and basically just let go of any built-up energy. Now basically this technique is used very similar in Qigong. This is referred to as Shaogong, which is basically a release technique. So we're just taking our hands, putting up to the top of our head, and just slowly moving the energy down from the top of the head all the way down to the lower Dan Qian, which is included in the area just below the navel. Okay, so we're just doing that once, but I'll do it one more time. And just breathing normally, not having to do a deep breath in. Okay, so we've basically cleared our energy. So now the next step we want to do, again, just doing the bent knees here, is we're holding our hands out and we're just making the distance in between the hands the size of a basketball. And so I just want you to imagine right now that you have a chi sphere contained in between the space of your hands. And I want you to imagine that this chi sphere is now having a spherical outline of golden energy. So it's not full of golden energy yet, but the outline of it has golden energy. And we're just going to take a couple of deep cleansing breaths here. And I just want you to go inside your heart space right now. I want you to feel areas of love, areas of joy, areas of beauty. Just everything that brings you into a loving, joyful state of being. I just want you to imagine that that energy that is within your heart, that is bringing you into this loving, joyful vibration, is now just starting to emanate out through the heart, is now starting to move through your hands, and is now starting to flow directly into the chi ball. And that this energy represents that of golden light. And so you're taking all of your love, all of your joy, everything that brings you into a pure, loving state of being. And just imagining that as golden liquid light. And filling this chi ball with that golden liquid energy. And now that we have done that, we're just going to place the chi ball directly into our upper left corner of ourselves. Okay? And we can just keep it there. We're just imagining that it's hovering right here, just above us in the top left corner, just as it is in this diagram. So the next step we want to do is we want to find a little point 1 foot above the crown chakra. So it doesn't have to be exact, but just being able to estimate a distance of approximately 1 foot and just putting that on top of your head. And I just want you to imagine that you're putting a little line across the top. Okay? Just like what we're doing here in this diagram. We're just seeing a little horizontal line right across the top. Okay? And then bringing our focus and awareness to the center point of our nose, to the tip of our nose. And we're just seeing a center point there. Next, we're going to bring our focus and awareness down to the thyroid gland, which is basically just right around the area close to the collarbone. And again, creating a little horizontal line right there. Next, going down and bringing our focus and awareness down into the area of the sternum. Okay, very close to the solar plexus. So just feel the sternum in the center of your chest. And again, just marking a horizontal line there. Next, moving our focus and awareness down to our navel. And putting a horizontal line at the navel. Next, going all the way down to the perineum, the area between the genitals, and just placing a horizontal line there. Next, bringing our focus and awareness just before the tip of the knees. So right before the very top of the knees, we're seeing a horizontal line right there, just before the tip. Next line is just below the knees. So again, we're seeing a horizontal line coming out with a lower, below the knees, horizontal line. Next point will be in the center of the shins. So basically looking at your shin bone and looking at the center point and being able to create a horizontal line there. Finally, bringing our focus and awareness to the ankle. Actually, sorry, not finally. Second last part. Second last part is bringing our focus and awareness down to the ankles. Okay, and creating a little horizontal line there. And finally, the last point is now measuring 1 foot just below the bottom of the feet. Okay, so if we were to take 12 inches, 1 foot, and just put it right below the bottom of our feet, which means it's going into the earth a little bit, seeing that 1 foot of distance, and then putting a horizontal line there. Okay, so we have outlined the 12 portions within the golden ball, golden aura exercise. So now we're seeing our golden ball of energy hovering in the top left-hand corner. What we're going to do is we're going to summon that ball into our dominant hand. Okay, so we're going to use the hand that we use the most, and that will be the starting point. That will be the hand that we're going to use as we sweep and clear the 12 portions within our body. Okay, so with your golden ball hovering over here, let's say, for example, that you're right-handed like myself. You're just imagining that you're summoning that golden ball over to your right hand. Okay, and so we're going to be starting with the first portion here, 1 foot above the crown, right up into the tip of the nose. Okay, so we're going to hold our right hand up, equal to that portion, and we're going to hold the other hand up as well too. And it's kind of like playing catch with the golden ball. So we're sending that golden ball nice and slowly across our energy field, penetrating through the head and coming out and being caught by the left hand. Okay, that is 1 pass. We're basically doing this for a total of 3 times. So now that the left hand has the golden ball, again, you can close your eyes to visualize this. You're sending it out. It's slowly moving, very, very slowly, passing through the head and being caught by the right hand. Okay, so that's the second pass. We're going to do it again. Sending that golden ball out, very slowly, feeling that love and joy, pure vibration, passing through the head and being caught again by the left hand. Good. That is our first portion. Now we're moving down to the next portion, which is, of course, between the nose and between the thyroid gland. Okay? So we're just moving it in the center point between that portion, between the nose and between the thyroid gland. Now the left hand has the ball. And again, we're just repeating the same process again. Send it off. Pass it through your body. Catch it with your right hand. Once again, send it off. Pass it through your body. Connect it with your left hand. One more time. Send it off. Pass it through your body. Catching it with your right hand. Now it's important that we are staying nice and calm and we're feeling that loving, high vibrational energy of the golden ball as we're passing it in between our hands. So now it is caught in the right hand, and we're going down to the next portion, starting from the thyroid gland, going down into the sternum. Okay, so the next portion. So we're moving our hands down between the thyroid gland and the sternum. So it's in our right hand, sending it off, passing through the body, catching it with the left hand. Once again, sending it off, passing it through the body, catching it with the right hand. Last time, passing it off, passing it through the body, catching it with the left hand. Good. Nice and calm, nice and gentle, nice subtle energies. Okay, this moves us down to the next point here, from the sternum down to the navel. Okay, moving ourselves down between the sternum and the navel. Once again, sending it off, penetrating the body, catching it with the right hand. Sending it off, penetrating the body, catching with the left. Sending it off, passing through, catching it with the right. Okay. Next step is between the navel and perineum. So we're just moving down again, starting with the right hand, passing it through the body, catching it with the left. Sending it out, passing through the body, catching with the right. Sending it out, passing it through the body, catching with the left. Good. Now we move between the perineum and the top of the knees. Okay? So I may be going out of shot here, but you're still getting the visualization as it comes through. So, once again, passing the energy through, passing it through the body, catching it. Passing it through, catching it with the body, catching it. Passing it through, catching it through the body, catching it with the left hand. Okay? Good. Now we just go down to the next point. It's base of the knees now. Top of the knees to the bottom of the knees. Trying to remember what hand I'm on, so I just have to guesstimate. Passing it through the right hand, through the body, catching it with the left. Sending it out through the left, passing it through the body, catching it with the right. Sending it off, passing it through the body, catching with the left. One more time. Sending it through, passing it through the body, catching it with the right. I may have done it 4 times there, so that's okay. If sometimes you want to do it more than 3 times, you're welcome to do that as well too. It's not too big of a deal, as long as you're doing the minimum of 3 times. Okay, so the next step is that we're going to go from the bottom of the knees to the center of the shins. Okay, so I'm moving it down. If you feel you want to squat a bit more, you can do that as well too. Again, this is something that can be done while seated as well. Okay, I've already lost track of where the ball is, so I'm going to just say the right hand. Okay, so passing it through the right hand, passing it through the body, catching it with the left. Through the left, through the body, catching. Through the right, catching, connected to the left. Okay, so it's in my left hand, I remember that. So, next step is that through the center of the shins, down to the ankles. Okay, squatting a little bit lower here. Okay, from the left, center, right. From the right, center, left. From the right, center, right. From the left, center, right. Getting distracted here. Okay, so that's 3 passes. Now we're going to do the final pass from the ankles down to the 1 foot distance just below the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that extra gap. Okay, starting it from my right. Now you're just basically going to imagine that it's passing through the floor. Okay, through that distance. And if you can't stretch that far, or bend down that far, I should say, then basically just imagine. Use your imagination that you're guiding the ball through this particular portion. Okay? Through the right hand, passing through the body, connecting with the left. With the left, passing it through the body, connecting with the right. With the right, passing through the body, connecting with the left. Okay. So we have done the entire 12-portion pass, but we're not done yet. So what we're going to do after that is we're going to bring the chi ball back into both of our hands. Again, the size of a basketball. The next step is going to be a type of modification similar to a reverse microcosmic orbit. Okay, so we're not doing the exact reverse microcosmic orbit, but it's something very similar to that. So what we're doing is we're imagining that our crown chakra and perineum point are opening up. Okay, so open up the crown, open up the area of the perineum. Okay, and just standing nice and straight as you can, with again your knees slightly bent. Okay, making sure the spine is erect, nice and straight. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to slowly move the golden ball into our crown chakra, moving it all the way down the vertebrae, coming out through the perineum, still holding on to the ball and doing it again. A total of 3 times. Lifting it up, putting it into the crown, going all the way down the spine, coming out through the perineum, and one last time, putting it into the crown chakra, bringing it down through the perineum, holding it together like that. Okay? Now that we have basically done that, we're going to place the golden ball of energy directly into the center of our chest. Okay? So we're imagining we're putting that golden ball of energy right into the center of our chest and just imagining it absorb directly into your body. As it absorbs, we're now seeing this golden ethereal egg surrounding our body, as the golden ball has now turned into the golden aura. What we're going to do now is we're just going to put our hands in prayer position. And we're just going to do a total of 3 deep breaths. Okay? While we're doing the 3 deep breaths, with each out breath we take, we imagine that the golden aura is expanding. With each in-breath we take, we're imagining that that golden aura is building up energy. So it's basically charging up. Okay, so it's like a charge, a contraction, and then an expansion with the out-breath. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Taking a deep breath into the nose, charging it up, deep breath out through the mouth, expanding. Once again, deep breath in, charging the aura. Deep breath out. Expanding. One last time. Deep breath in. Charging. Deep breath out. Expanding. And we have been able to successfully bond the loving energy of the golden aura into ourselves, the golden ball into ourselves, creating the golden aura. And now we're just going to go ahead and give a blessing to ourselves now, giving a blessing to the love and the joy vibration that is our natural state of being. With love and appreciation to the one infinite creator, to all that is. Namaste. Okay, and you're just coming back into center, and if you want to, you can also do Shao Gong again. Taking the arms up, right at the top of the forehead, slowly going down, and just bringing down that energy right to the lower Dan Chin. Okay, that's it. That is the golden aura, golden ball clearing exercise. How do you feel? Try this again and again and again, each and every single day, and you'll notice that your entire aura just feels completely clear. We're using golden energy because golden energy is the purity. And so we're basically purifying all of these portion centers directly into our body, utilizing our love, joy, natural high vibrational frequency. So the more that we do this, we start to become more naturally crystallized. So again, taking about 5 or 10 minutes out of your day. I did it very slowly just for demonstration, but once you get the hang of it, you could probably do this within under 10 minutes. So continue to give this a try and tell others about it. This may be something that can greatly benefit you. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.